Welcome. Namaste. There are 7 main energy centers in the body known as chakras. In Sanskrit, chakra is the word for wheel. And you can think of a chakra as a spinning wheel of energy then. Each chakra is located at different parts of our body and correlates to a specific body ailment or a physical condition. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, is in the lower abdomen, a couple inches below the navel. It represents our ability to accept others and new experiences. It allows us to go with the flow and open to pleasure and growth. It's also associated with the hips and lower back. I invite you to find a comfortable seat. Cross-legged, one leg in front of the other. If for some reason you need to stretch out a leg, feel free to stretch out a leg, make yourself comfortable. Hands can gently rest in your lap. Let's take those shoulders up, back and down, away from the ears. Bring your mind and your energy to the second chakra. You may close your eyes here to help visualize. Picture the orange of a risen sun emanating from just below your navel. Bright and warm. It's turning counterclockwise. And the mantra is, I feel. I acknowledge my uniqueness. Gently tuck that chin towards the heart. Flutter the eyes open. And move a little bit. Rock the baby is the first one. So stretch out a leg if you haven't already. And pick up the other leg, cradle that knee in your elbow, holding the foot with your other hand. And being careful you're not turning on the ankle, so maybe keep that foot flexed to protect it, and rock your baby side to side. Good. Hip opener, hamstring stretch. Throughout your practice, you can keep visualizing that orange sun just below your belly button. Okay, so let's let that leg down and switch to the other side. Rocking the other leg. Protect that ankle by flexing your foot. Come into 90-90, which means you're going to bend up your knees, take your feet, both your feet, over to one side. Gets this name 90-90 because maybe you can see a 90-degree bend in both your legs. It doesn't have to be exactly 90. And then we're going to switch side to side. Some may have to put your hands out somewhere to support yourself while you're doing it. Others, if it's okay, just swinging those legs side to side. Enjoying that internal rotation of the hip and the external rotation. Nice. Do a few more. I do one more each side. So then I end off even the opposite side that I started with. Okay, we'll come back to center. Extend the left leg straight out, cross your right foot over. Keep that bottom leg, that straight leg nice and active. Pull those toes up. Your right knee is looking at you. Take your left hand, so that's the opposite. Hug it in towards the chest. Other hand behind your seat. Thumb points towards your seat. On an exhale, begin to twist to your right. Half Lord of the Fish pose. Keeping the chin parallel with the floor, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Inhale, brings the gaze back to center. Untwist from the top down. A little shake on the legs in between sides. Now keeping the right leg extended, crossing the left foot over, hugging in that left knee with the right hand. Left hand behind your seat, thumb points towards your seat. Help get that spine nice and tall. On an exhale, twist to your left. Good. Inhale, bring that gaze back to center. Untwist from the top down. I'm going to slip my socks off while I'm doing that. Stretch out your legs, give them a little shake. To our next one, bound angle. I'm going to bend up the knees, place the feet on the floor, and let those knees fall away from each other, bottoms of your foot soles to touch. You can stay up nice and tall. Use those hands for support, or if you want to grab for those toes, lean forward. Being careful they're not rounding in the spine, but it's a straight back, so it's hinge here, hinging from the hips. Good. Inhale, come up, draw those knees together, and then we're going to stretch those legs out wide, wide-legged fold here. You might reach back, remove the flesh away from the buttocks. Same options like in our bound angle. Maybe you want to sit up tall, use those hands for support, or you can take them out in front and lean forward. If we think about leading with the chin, we can keep our head and back in a nice straight line rather than bringing that spine into flexion. Good, come back up if you fold it out, bring your hands underneath your knees, you can draw them together. We're going to come up to our knees into a kneeling position. I'm going to start with my right foot forward. I'm going to step my right foot forward. This is a hip flexor stretch. I'm going to feel this in my left leg if I have that right one forward. You're going to squeeze your seat, your bottom, squeeze your bottom, and tuck your tail underneath. I felt that just wake up there. And then relax, release that. We're going to move in and out of that. Not holding the whole time. Tensing and relaxing at your own pace. Good, last one on this side. Let that go, switch to the other leg. Some half kneeling position, squeeze the seat, tuck it underneath of you. Good. One more. Okay, let that go, bring your knees down. We're going to come all the way down to the belly for our cobra pose. So down on the belly, fingers come in line underneath your shoulders. Hug those elbows in towards your sides. And your toenails are on your mat, so the toes are uncurled. Beginning with your forehead on the mat, we're going to inhale, peel the forehead, nose, chin up off the mat. Hold there. I have a bend in my elbows. That bend is going straight back behind me, not out to the sides. Stimulating that area just below the belly, that lower abdomen. Good. Exhale, lower chin, nose, forehead. Curl the toes under, push up back to tabletop position, and lift up into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Walking the hands and the feet closer together. We're going to come up to standing slowly. Those not to get dizzy. Good. Going to turn around. And we're going to go into a lumbar twist. So you take your feet as wide as your shoulders, even slightly out from the shoulders. You may not see my arms, but you'll know I'm going to talk you through what's going on. Take soft fists. So bringing those fingers in towards your hands. Arms up to that V, letter V or Y, however you like to think of it. Maybe we're a letter X here. And then on exhale, twist to one side. Make sure your feet are staying down on the mat. Inhale back to center, exhale, twist the other way. Check in with the shoulders. If they're creeping up around your ears, can you draw those down? So twist for the lower back. Good. Inhale back to center, release those arms. Good. If you're not already, I invite you to come to the back of your mat and go this way. Take a generous step forward with the right foot. Turn that left foot out to be at a 90-degree angle away from the front. We're working into a warrior one or Virabhadrasana B. Bend that right knee. And when you're ready, float those arms up. Shoulder height, palms are facing the floor. Draw those shoulders down away from the ears. You can look at the fingertips of your right hand. Good, straighten that right leg, bring the right arm inside that right leg, and left arm rises up towards the sky for triangle. Good, inhale, rise up, back to warrior two. We'll catch the hips, change the position of your feet, so we can do that on the other side. So I'm turning my right foot in. Outside edge of my right foot is lining up with the short end of my mat and turning the left toes out. Bend into that left knee. Inhale, float arms out from the shoulders. Looking out the left fingertips now. Relax through those shoulders, soften the neck. Good, straighten that left leg. Left arm comes down the inside of it. Right arm rises up. Triangle or Trikonasana on the other side. I'm looking up towards my top hand. If that doesn't work for your neck or your balance, find a neutral gaze. You might even look down towards your left toes. Good. Inhale, rise up back to that warrior two briefly. Square off. Good. Straighten the legs. Pivot your toes in and bring them back underneath your hips, those feet. Ready for our balancing pose is dancer pose. So if your balance isn't really steady, feel free to go off to the wall. Okay. Let's shift the weight foot to foot. Keep it all into one foot, whichever one you want to start with. Bend up the opposite leg. Reach back. Grab for the inside of that foot. Feel steady before moving on to the next step, which is kicking that leg back behind you. Send that arm forward. Reach for me. Good. Dance with me. Good. Inhale, rise up, get tall. Release that foot, pedal it out. Enter sideways, second side, all the way to the other foot. Bend up the other leg, catch hold. I get the inside of my foot. I like that one. Good. And let me raise that other arm up first this time. Kick that leg back behind, causing that torso to fall forward. Good, I'm falling out. Let's go on out of that one. Feet back to hip width distance apart. Last one in our standing sequence, chair pose. Okay, we're gonna exhale, push that seat back, looking for that chair behind you. Arms reach forward. Nice and strong, weight is in your heels here. Good, exhale, straighten. We're gonna come down to our backs. We're gonna finish off on the backs. Make your way down to your back any way that works for you. Knee down twist will be first. Let's keep the left leg long and strong. Gently place the right foot on top of the left knee. On an exhale, drop those legs over towards your left. Bring those arms out from your shoulders. You might look over that right shoulder for a full spinal twist. Inhale, gaze and the leg back up, stretch that right leg up. Gently placing the left foot on top of the right knee. And on exhale, dropping those legs over to the right. Now I'm looking over the left shoulder. Good, back to center. Stretch those legs out, little shake out. Last two to finish. Let me finish happy baby and then down angle. Bend up the knees. Foot soles are dancing on the ceiling. Hand behind your thighs or the outsides of your feet, whatever is available to you. Pull those knees towards your armpits. Good, releasing those feet to the mat. I'm staying with my knees bent, so I'm going to let them fall away from each other for bound angle. The bottoms of their feet can come to touch. Arms, hands resting down near your hips. Last shape here. Drawing those knees together. You can use your hands if you need to. Roll over to one side. Come back to your seat where we started. Thank you for joining me for that short practice for the second chakra, the sacral chakra. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.